According to Business Insider, the average American has $52,940 worth of debt across mortgage loans, home equity lines of credit, auto loans, credit card debt, student debt, and other debts like personal loans. If you are one of the countless Americans who want to know how to repay debts, you probably have heard of a lot of different repaying debt methods. One such method is called the debt snowball. The debt snowball method has helped us stay on track when paying off debt. This is the method we used to pay off $56,000 in debt, and that was all from student loans. Using the debt snowball created excitement and motivation when we paid back my student loans. I can still clearly remember that my smallest student loan was only $800. We were able to pay it off fairly quickly. It's hard to express the excitement when we saw that small balance for that small loan become zero. That excitement created momentum and motivation for us to make all the remaining loan balances become zero. Thank you for joining in on Biesinger Fire Journey channel. I am Jordan Biesinger, and in this channel I share my family's insights while pursuing financial freedom with tips on personal finance and investing. Please let us know what you think about today's video in the comment section below. And don't miss out on the latest of our journey with valuable tips by subscribing to our channel today. Now let me introduce to you your best new friend, the debt snowball method. So what exactly is the debt snowball method, you may be asking? The debt snowball method is used to pay off debts in a very specific way. You need to arrange and to pay your debts off in order from smallest to largest. This is smallest to largest by loan or debt amount, ignoring the interest rate. Just imagine a snowball rolling down a mountain. At first, it's small, but as it continues to roll, the snow layers steadily increase. Each time you add a layer, the snowball gets bigger and bigger. This helps the snowball gain momentum. By the time the snowball has reached the foot of the mountain, it has grown to the size of a whopping boulder. Now let's discuss how the debt snowball works in greater detail with 4 easy steps. And I'll go over the steps first and then later go into more depth on each one. So step 1, list out your debts. Accept mortgages from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rate. Step 2, continue making the minimum payments for all debt except for the smallest debt. Step 3, pay off as much of your smallest debt as fast as possible. Step 4, repeat steps 1 to 3 until all debts are paid off. So not too crazy, right? I want to share a little more on each step with you now and give you a clear idea of how it actually works. So with step 1, listing your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rate. Write down every outstanding debt you have, except for the mortgage. This may include credit cards, student loans, medical bills, car loans, and any other types of debt you have broken out from smallest to largest. Also write down the minimum monthly payment, monthly due date, etc. All the information you need to keep on track. Step 2, make minimum payments for all debts except the smallest debt you're tackling. Keep paying the monthly minimums for all debts. Your payment history will affect your total credit score, so that the more you pay on time, the fewer the late fees, and that will increase your credit score. Having an excellent credit score is so very important. We ended up not getting the best interest rate for our second property due to having a bad credit score, which was very sad news. The good news is that we learned a valuable lesson and became way more careful with credit scores in the future. We were able to refinance at a much later date, but we had a much better interest rate because our credit scores were high. So step number 3, repay as much of your smallest debt as possible. When making minimum payments for all of your debts, make sure to put all additional money into the smallest debt amount. Keep this up until the smallest debt is completely vanquished and paid off. Then go to the next smallest debt. So this step may seem pretty straightforward, but it is a critical piece to the debt snowball method. Step number 4, repeat steps 1 to 3 until all debts are paid off. Continue this cycle where you put all extra cash into the smallest outstanding debt until it is paid off in full. You can then focus your efforts on paying off the next smallest debt. Do this until all debts are fully paid off. So now I'd like to share with you why we love the debt snowball so much and how it has helped us by first sharing this quote by Remy Trudel. Focusing on paying down the account with the smallest balance tends to have the most powerful effect on people's sense of progress and their motivation to continue paying down their debts. In the beginning, like many people out there, we didn't know how bad student loans really were. I never thought that I could graduate debt-free. People I knew at the time would congratulate me when I would successfully receive a student loan for any given semester. I still recall when we purchased our first townhome, how I was required to give the lender a future monthly statement showing my student payback plan once I had graduated. Back then, my annual income was lower, so the monthly payment plan was about $30 or so, going off an income-driven payment plan. I thought to myself, oh, student loans aren't that bad. I only need to pay back $30 each month after I graduate. But when we purchased our second property, I had a much better paying job with a higher annual income. At that moment, I was very shocked to see how much I needed to pay every month after I graduate on the same income-driven plan. The number shot up like crazy. That was the first time I realized student loans are not the best thing. If you're curious or interested, you can contact your student loan provider to see your payment plan when your income increases more and more. Then you will know what I'm talking about. Thank goodness my wife found out about the amazing Dave Ramsey. Even now, we are very, very grateful for a lot of Dave Ramsey's teachings on personal finance and getting out of debt. He really helped change our lives. My wifey listened to him tons at first and then would tell me, hey baby, let's save up for your MBA tuition by ourselves and pay down your bachelor student loans. My wife received a full scholarship and her parents helped her out too with expenses before we got married. I personally accumulated $25,000 student debt for my bachelor's degree. My MBA was a remote online program with 6 semesters total, and that tuition totaled $31,000. That means we would have needed to pay $56,000 once I graduated. While saving and paying for my MBA tuition, I still needed to pay off the student loans left for my bachelor's degree. We used the debt snowball method to get it done. First, we listed out all the balances and then paid them off starting from smallest to biggest, ignoring the interest rate. Using this method personally gave me so much motivation and a very positive feeling of momentum whenever we paid off a loan balance. Then later on, the COVID-19 student loan relief plan went into effect where the interest rate became 0 during a certain time period. We were able to save a lot on interest from this relief plan, which we are very grateful for. From the point of view of math and numbers, the debt snowball method won't save you the most money because of the varying interest rates. The point is to change behavior and encourage or motivate us to pay debts faster with more motivation in the long run. A quote that we love on financial behavior comes from Dave Ramsey and states, "Winning at money is 80% behavior and 20% head knowledge." What to do isn't the problem, doing it is. Most of us know what to do, but we just don't do it. Everyone's situation is different. Please consider different types of debt repayment strategies until you find one that suits you best. For us, the debt snowball worked great with our interest rates and everything. Remember, there are many methods and strategies to help you pay off debts. We are all in unique financial situations and may have different types of debt. We hope you're able to find a great method or a combination of methods that work best for you. So has the debt snowball method been effective for any of you? What are some of your strategies that you've enjoyed to pay off debt? Please leave a comment below. If you found this video helpful, we'd appreciate you liking the video and subscribing for more on our journey. Thank you, and we will see you next time.